Okay, everybody, we're back.
Let's just wait a few seconds to see if people come back. And then we'll have to post both of these to YouTube.
Yeah.
They're slowly coming back.
Uh-huh.
Can you guys even believe that? That last video that we were just in, like people were saying it was already taken down.
Yeah.
In the middle of us doing it. So again, we're probably going to be shut down completely by Facebook now because they do not like us saying
At all.
the things.
Well, they don't like us showing you guys what's happening, the truth. That's what's happening.
I mean, you know, what did the caption read on that
The
video?
caption read,
Because I can't remember who it was. Like Yashar Ali tweeted it, and then somebody else said, they both said, these people, this is somebody that's going to kill us.
yeah, it says Jake Tapper and Don Lemon radicalized this woman. She will kill one of us.
She will. She will absolutely murder somebody. There's no question. There's absolutely no question.
Yeah. The media is engaged in a military-grade psychological operation on the public designed to incite this type of radicalization and produce a violent response. Mm-hmm. I mean,
And congrats,
we'll get taken down for saying that. I mean, I can't say that out loud, right? I can't say that because Mark doesn't like that either. I mean, this is the thing. Because it's every day in and day out. Every day in and day out. They're racist. They're awful. They're terrible. Go get them. Go get them. I mean, if you saw the amount of the mob that was out last night, just terrorizing the people that were walking away from the convention. Did you see that on the other side? I mean, obviously we weren't in public. People were like, it was a terrible Zoom call last week. But I mean, did you see that at all on the other side? Like when the DNC does anything together, would you see a bunch of conservatives going after them? Curious.
I mean, it's just the choice is clear. I don't know how many times I can say it, but like to me, that's the overarching theme here is that you watched the DNC last week, you looked at the RNC this week. The choice is so clear.
Yeah, it's clear.
I can't, just like she said, I can't understand why anyone is voting Democrat.
Well,
it's mind-boggling.
Well, I think the only reason that they would is because they are so tunnel visioned on one. They can't think critically. They are beyond thinking critically at this point. They watch CNN, MSNBC, and like ABC, CBS. They watch those channels, and that's it. And then they really do believe that they believe in all the garbage that it's being fed to them. That's it. They cannot think critically. They just can't.
Well, and it's like that video that we showed you that caused our first part of today's video to be taken down. That woman who was screaming her bloody head off cannot understand how she got from point A to point B, how any of this got from point A to point B. Because she's just like, oh my God, a 17-year-old shot a protester without actually using any kind of critical thinking to understand why that kid was there in the first place.
Yeah, there's no big picture with these people. They
It's
can't see the big
amazing.
picture. They're so enraged. They're so full of hate. They just can't see any big picture. They're out for blood, you know? And it's such a shame. It's such a shame. And the media is so responsible for such a large portion of this. I mean, I will always go back to that. The media is just garbage. They're garbage. They have fed this. They are accomplices in this. Such huge accomplices. They've done this. They've fed it.
It is, I don't know how, they're so complicit, and
Yeah.
I don't know how so many of these folks sleep at night.
I don't either.
Do you know that one of the things, like Ivanka, first of all, my eyes hurt from how beautiful she is. My
I know.
God.
She's ridiculous.
Like she walks out and she's just so, she's not even human, you guys. No one should be that beautiful.
I know.
It's just not even fair.
She's like better. She's like prettier than a Disney princess. It's not even right.
And then she's, and not only is she beautiful, but then she does like this amazing job, right? Like, so she gives this amazing, wonderful, awesome speech.
Yeah.
In it, she tells a story about a Lego White House, right? That one of her kids built for Grandpa Trump.
That was really
She tells
sweet.
the story. So what does the media focus on? There's like a million headlines right now saying, here's why that story about the Lego White House isn't true.
Oh my God.
This is the media today.
This is what they're busying themselves with.
It's just unbelievable.
I know. It's like this, and these people feel good about that, and then they sleep at night. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Are you a grown-up? Like, what, how, this is your job. Do you feel any sort of value in what you do as a human being, as an adult? Like, God.
And do you know what your job is actually for?
Yeah, because I don't think they do. Because journalism is not journalism anymore. It's now, it's advocacy. It's like, it's activism for, it's so cultish. It's such a cultish existence.
There
It's
was
gross.
one. There was one. I can't remember if it was CBS. It was one of the main networks whose reporter person tweeted during Ivanka or right after Ivanka's speech. All they said was, "My father, my father, my father, my father, my father." That was their reporting on Ivanka's speech.
Oh my
And I'm
gosh.
just like, this is journalisming now. I mean, this is
Yeah, they're garbage. They're garbage people. And it's hard for me to even pray for these people. I can't. I can't. It's so hard. Oh, speaking of garbage people, Nancy Pelosi yesterday, there shouldn't be a debate.
Yeah. Can you believe? Did you guys hear this?
Who saw this coming? Raise their hand.
And her whole "don't tell anybody I said this" thing, when she was talking to like a group of reporters, and she's like, "Don't tell anybody I said this, and most of all, don't tell Joe Biden, but I don't think he should legitimize the president by having a debate with
Really?
him."
You don't think that he should legitimize it?
Seriously?
Like, we're all shocked by this, Nancy. We're
I mean,
all
we're
shocked
kinda
by
onto
this,
you.
this revelation that you don't think that he should do a debate. I also thought that the pre-buttal, like, what the hell is that? What is it? We've never had a pre-buttal. And then also, so Kamala's giving that?
Well,
Kamala.
she is the nominee.
Oh,
So-
yeah, Kamala, because Joe couldn't do it, right? Joe can't do it. He's completely ineffective and he's incapable of doing it. So
That's not true at all.
it is true, Rob. And so, hi, Rob. So we're gonna have Kamala do the pre-buttal. Remember when y'all on the left-hand side said you didn't want her to run for president, and now all of a sudden she's running for president?
She's your girl now. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Back to Ann Dorn really quickly, because that was the most amazing moment or speech or moments of last night. And I thought that there was somebody on Twitter who said it so perfectly.
Rob.
They said Ann Dorn's speech was that rare combination which invokes both the deepest sadness and seething fury to anyone listening. And that is so how I felt.
Yeah.
Right? Because I was bawling for her, right? And just absolutely, you could feel every ounce of her pain.
Yeah, you could.
But at the same time, it was just enraging. Like, how is this happening?
Yeah.
Why is this okay?
And
why did everybody in the media dismiss the
Totally.
story of her husband?
Utterly ignored.
Ignored him.
Utterly ignored.
As if his life didn't matter.
Yeah.
Because only, again, as we're learning, only some Black Lives Matter,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I don't know.
David Dorn's didn't.
Exactly. That's the thing. It's like, I don't know if y'all recognized it, but he was black.
Hello!
Yeah.
Now, apparently, immediately, the media was like, they pounced on this story about his two daughters who were very much against Ann Dorn speaking out.
Really?
Because they're like anti-Trump or whatever. And so they were super mad about her speaking out. And they're not
So?
her daughters. I don't know whose daughters they are, but they're his daughters, but they kept calling her his wife and not their mom. So they're not kids of the both of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So is that their stepmama?
I guess so. And they were furious. But who cares?
Yeah,
it's
so?
her story to tell.
Yeah,
this
it's
was
her
her
story.
husband.
Yeah.
for crying
So
out loud.
she was there. He was the one that she lived with him.
You're right.
She was probably the closest to him.
Exactly.
So she gets to tell that story, and no matter what the kids think, she gets to tell that story. It
And I'm
doesn't.
so
you don't
glad
get.
she
You don't get to
did.
discount her too. Media, bite it.
But that's what they're doing. They're
This is the
already
thing.
doing it.
God.
It's just insane.
It is. They're so despicable. Talk about fury. It's the media. I cannot stand our media. I don't know if I can express that enough. How much I absolutely loathe our garbage media with the garbage humans in it. They're
awful.
garbage.
I don't know why comments aren't working, but they're not.
Yeah, everything. Well, we're
Everything is
going to be
messed up.
shut down today, you guys. Just FYI, we're no longer going to be on Facebook.
I don't know what to
imagine,
do
today. This is
about-
it. Like this is it.
I'm just gonna try to get them.
They're trying so hard to get rid of us. Wikipedia was first because it was a liberal hit job. And now it's going to be Facebook.
They just froze. Like so if you're commenting, we can't see it
you.
right now. I'm
We
sure
can't
we'll
see
see it
you.
after the fact.
Or we won't because we're probably going to be kicked off
right.
of Facebook.
But before the comments disappeared, I did see somebody ask, how do we find you if Facebook shuts you down? And the
YouTube.
answer to that question is The Mock and Daisy Show on YouTube.
YouTube.
Subscribe to that channel because that is where we will do live videos when the time comes.
YouTube. Go find us on YouTube, Mock and Daisy Show, and then also we'll be on Parlor.
I mean, not doing videos,
Not
but like
doing
for our
videos.
morning live
Yeah.
videos, it'll be that YouTube channel,
Uh-huh.
The Mock and Daisy Show. So make sure that you subscribe now because you guys,
They're kicking
it's
us off.
any second, right?
I mean, it may be right now.
Can we talk about Melania's dress?
Green.
There is no one else in the world that could pull that off.
No. And
No
then it's
one.
like in a sea of people, you just saw her like stand out. Did you not?
Oh my God.
Right.
She is spectacular.
She's ridiculous.
And now, of course, the media is pouncing
on the
a
green.
little video of when Ivanka walks by her. She like Melania smiles really big, and then as soon as Ivanka is past her, she like glares and makes a mean face. And so everyone is like, "Oh my God, this is what they're focusing on. This is what they're focusing on." They're creating drama when there's no drama, right? They're just creating
because
all
they
of
don't
these stories.
because they don't do the news.
It's so infuriating.
There is no such thing as news anymore.
Oh my
It's
God.
just all fabricated bull crap. So again, think critically, teach your kids to think critically. It's the best thing you could ever do for your kids. It's a gift to them. Because there are so many kids running around right now, and I say kids, 20-somethings, who have no idea how to think critically. And they're buying all the crap that the media's feeding them. And they're like, socialism's great.
Yeah.
I love socialism. This country is so racist.
And that was a big thing too of Trump's speech, was to just say Democrats are so hell bent on tearing down the country and making people hate it. And so
And so many already do.
What was the thing? Because I made a note because it was my favorite line. Yeah, he said, so I ask you a very simple question. How can the Democrat Party ask to lead our country when it spends so much time tearing it
yeah.
down? And that is exactly right.
Yeah.
That is all Democrats want to do. They hate it here.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why they want to lead it. GTFO,
Yeah,
right? If you don't like
exactly.
it, for crying out loud,
They-
at least
they-
Trump loves it with all of his heart. Just like we do.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. Trump, listen, I think they try to spin it and say that we idolize Trump. I don't idolize Trump. I like the way that he runs it. It's like Dana White. I loved his speech. He's the UFC guy, right? I mean, I like.
It was awesome.
I like Dana White. He's my kind of guy, right? And I like the way that he talks about Trump, because Trump does stuff for the people. The reason that the establishment has been trying to kick him out since day one is because they are just that. They are the establishment, and he is an outsider. That is the reason that I voted for Trump, is because he is an outsider. He was going to go in there and do shit differently, all right? He was going to get things done. And he alluded to that. He's like, he gets in there, he keeps his promises.
You just touched my boob.
I didn't sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's okay, I kind of liked it.
I totally didn't mean to touch your boob, you guys. I'll move away.
I'm just kidding.
Anyway, so you want me to touch
I just
it?
felt like we were
You
getting
may-
really serious.
Listen, if I touch it again, Facebook would probably like that. Mark Zuckerberg, you like it when I touch your boob? You probably like that, you perv. So what I was saying was, I'm trying to say something serious.
I know. I'm sorry.
Jeez.
I'm sorry.
So anyways, he comes in and he gets things done, right? I mean, he does the things that we ask him to do. Washington they don't do that. Washington is the kind of place where, it's like Ivanka was saying, they're the kind of place that somebody comes in and they just complain and they moan, right? This is what they don't actually do things.
they pander.
They complain about the things, and they take the donations from people, the blue collar people and everything, and they make promises and they give the hugs and all that kind of stuff, but they don't do the things. He does the things. They hate him.
Oh, yeah, they do.
They hate him. And then they have the media with them, and so they're going to make up all the bull crap they can about him and paint him as this guy because they don't want him there. They don't want him doing the things. They can't have that. They can't have anything different. They like things the way that they are so they can keep their jobs and keep their power, and that is why they have done all the things they have done over the past 4 years, because they can't lose their power, you guys. They love it. They love the power and the money that we give them.
And they don't actually love doing the work.
No, they don't do jack squat. It's why Joe Biden has been there for 47 years and he hasn't done crap. And it's amazing how many people are so naive in this country, and they're like, but Joe Biden, he's so great. He's going to cure coronavirus.
And cancer.
You are an idiot. You are an idiot if you think that. You are brainwashed. Like, snap out of it and think critically for yourself and your family and your kids, for Christ's sake. Think critically.
Also, how full of love in your heart did you feel when Alice Johnson spoke?
I love her.
I mean, isn't she the best, dearest woman?
She is she is so
Gosh,
dear.
I mean, what a speech.
And it's like there are people, it gives me hope that there are people like that in this country who are, full of faith and full of love and full of forgiveness, and who are like, they work hard. Like, she went to prison
and worked.
And she's like, I'm going to better myself. Like, I love that about people. I love that quality about people. I try to do that with myself, right? Like, you get older, you don't stop. You don't stop trying to better yourself. She's a perfect example of that. I love that about the human spirit. You know?
She's so joyful,
right?
I mean, and it just transcends. Like, you feel it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, your heart is lifted just by her
her presence. Yeah, I totally.
I mean, what a remarkable woman
she really is.
And her speech was one of the best of the night.
She is.
I saw a lot of people complaining about Rudy, who, granted, is he's a very, what's the word that you would use for Rudy?
I don't know what the word would be.
He is very...
I don't know what the word you're searching... Usually I know what word you're searching for, and I don't know what word you're searching for.
So, I mean, he's very animated, I guess.
Okay.
Like, he's very, very forceful in his speech.
See,
and some people would... It's a turnoff, I guess.
Well, see, like, I would have said Dana White was animated.
He was great.
Because he's so UFC.
I know.
And I love that, yeah.
But I mean, one of the very first things that Rudy said is, don't let Democrats do to America what they have done to New York. Because he railed against, I mean, he fixed New York.
Yeah, he did.
He's the one that, like, absolutely brought crime down. And so it has to hurt his heart so much to watch what de Blasio is doing to that place.
Yeah, it's kind of like our ex-mayor, right?
Yeah.
The mayor that we had before the crap mayor that we have here now in Indianapolis. I mean, Mayor Ballard, we loved him. We didn't always agree with him on everything, right? But I mean, he brought businesses to our city. The city was thriving. It was beautiful. People were moving downtown. Downtown was revitalized. It was really beautiful down here. And now it's a crap hole.
It's a total crap
because
hole.
of Democrats. And we got an email yesterday that we're going to probably have read on our show today. I asked Rob to read it today.
Oh, well, he wrote me back a bunch of times.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, so there's updates to that.
Great. Yeah, but this guy was such a smartass. I mean, he's just like, you guys talking about the city, and I drive down there like twice a week, and I don't see it's not that bad. Like, you guys, what are you, martyrs?
So he's basically saying we're lying.
We're lying about
the fact that there's still violence in Indianapolis. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, so the riots have stopped, thankfully, but that doesn't mean the violence has, and the intimidation has,
and the homeless
and
people.
The whole reason that now we're part of Operation Legend is because violence is still a problem.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry that you can't open your eyes bigger.
And if you drive down here twice a week, you drive through it twice a week. It's different than working down here and not being able to go get a sandwich on the Circle because there are people pooping on the street, peeing on the street, doing drugs,
and panhandling, and constantly in your face.
I mean, it's like businesses have left. Businesses that have been here for 20, 30 years. This is because of Democrats. Democrats have ruined our cities, and now they're trying to blame it on Trump. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do it.
You don't get to do it.
No.
Wanted to mention also, because I saw a tweet from Ayanna Pressley, who really said terrible things about the 17-year-old kid who shot the two protesters.
Ayanna Pressley is the Ringo of the squad.
Right. She's the one that doesn't have ears.
Yes.
I mean, she has them, but you can't see them. Anyway, so she tweeted, honestly, defamatory stuff about him. And so I retweeted her and I was like, I hope she's ready for a lawsuit because Nicholas Sandmann's lawyer has just decided to take that kid's case pro bono. So I hope that all the people like Ayanna Pressley who have jumped to conclusions about that kid and about what he was doing and what his intentions were, I hope they're ready. I hope they're ready to be sued, and I hope they're ready to pay out giant settlements because Nicholas Sandmann's lawyer, as you know, has done quite well for Nicholas Sandmann.
Yeah.
So Ayanna doesn't get to say that shit and say it as if it's fact.
I feel like they're good lawyers.
I feel like they're pretty good.
I feel like they're pretty solid.
Yeah. So, I mean,
where lawyers are concerned,
oh my God.
I feel like they're pretty solid. It's a good bet.
Just keep talking, Ayanna.
If you're going to take a bet on a lawyer, I feel like that's a safe bet.
Maybe you didn't hear about Nicholas Sandmann's lawyers taking on that kid's case because you don't have ears.
Well, that's just... Well, the whole no ear thing, and also the media doesn't talk about that.
Right.
The media never talks about the fact that Nicholas Sandmann actually owned them. You know? I mean,
and keeps on doing it.
They don't like to talk about that. They just want to talk about what a punk he is.
He's not even done.
Yeah, well, that punk owns you. It's so funny how that works. Because you suck in your garbage people. That's right.
You guys, so the violence that took place after the big fireworks display, which was pretty cool because the fireworks spelled out Trump, that's awesome. By the way, did you guys tune in? Because I was already in bed, but this morning I caught up on the fireworks and all the hullabaloo after. And the opera singer, what's his name? I wrote it down.
It's
Christopher Macchio.
Macchio.
And it was so amazing.
He's like a Bocelli.
Oh,
you
my
guys,
God.
and I walked in and she's like listening to it. It's like all loud in here. And I'm like, what are you listening to? Is that Andrea Bocelli? And she's like, no, it's this opera singer. And I'm like, okay, compare and contrast. This gorgeous opera singer, which I'm not even like a huge fan of opera,
But
it makes you sit down and go, oh my God, I mean, it's so good. Compare and contrast that to like Steven Stills and Billy Porter doing that freaking acid trip crap.
It was so much
Like,
better.
That crap that they
Oh my
did,
God.
and the DNC that was a bad Zoom call and an acid trip mixed together that they did. Why is anybody voting for anybody that had anything to do with the DNC? Why? Why? Call us on our hotline at 684-8444, area code 317. I need to know who you are. What are you doing?
What the hell is wrong with you?
What is
Seriously.
wrong with you?
For the people that normally troll, please call our
By
hotline.
all means, call our hotline
Please.
because we will mock the crap out of you.
We
What
will
is
play
wrong-
it on the air.
What is wrong with you?
We welcome it.
How can you watch
Please.
that garbage last week and compare it to what happened this week and be like, yeah, I think I'll vote for Democrats?
You can't. There's no
Why?
comparison. The choice is clear.
It's so clear.
I don't know how much clear we can get about
Good
the choice.
Lord, it's clear. If you love this country and you don't want to be a dirty commie, you're going to vote for Republicans. What is wrong with you?
I feel really sorry that we can't see comments. Normally Fridays is when we actually interact
Yeah.
with you, but we can't see your comments.
Yeah,
So,
Facebook's mad at us. They're about to shut us down.
I'm hoping that they'll be there once we publish this, and then we'll be able to see them after the fact. So I'm very sorry about
Yeah.
that. Again,
I don't want you to debate. She doesn't want us to take questions. She doesn't want us taking questions.
Dad.
I don't want to legitimize it. I don't want to legitimize your questions.
My father is going to be the president for another 4 years.
I did not smirk at you. I did not. I did never smirk at you. I love you, Ivanka. I love you. I love you, Ivanka.
We gotta go.
So ridiculous.
Anyway,
All of it's ridiculous.
The Mock and Daisy Show on YouTube.
Yes.
Go subscribe now in case this is the last time
You guys,
we see
thank you for all my birthday wishes. I wish I could thank each and every one of you because you guys, I'm so appreciative of this community. It means so much to both of us. But like on birthdays, you guys go over the top and do
Every day.
Every
Seriously.
day it's over the top. But
It's
I
just
mean,
out
on
of
our
control.
birthdays, like what a sweet thing. My daughter was watching at the beginning of our, before she was driven to work by my husband
Yeah.
yesterday. She saw at the beginning, and I think she is just like, why do people wish you a happy birthday, Mom? Like why do people care it's your birthday? I think she gets overwhelmed by it.
It is
so,
overwhelming.
anyways, it's I just am very touched by it, and thank you so much
I brought
for all the
home
birthday wishes.
The Trump wine yesterday.
Did you get drunk?
Well, I know I didn't open it yet, but I brought it home and the glass and the
And they're
pads
so
and
fancy,
everything
right?
from Lori. And my husband was like, "Why?
Why do people like you?
Why did they
Right?
spend money on you like
I know,
this?"
right? I don't understand it either.
don't
Like,
know.
I know, we're completely overwhelmed. Y'all have to stop it. Like,
Really?
you have to stop it.
You gotta
'cause-
stop.
I know, because I mean, at one point, my daughter's like, "You're such a brat, Mom.
I
You're
know.
just a brat," and it's true.
real.
So, but thank you for the birthday wishes. It's been a wonderful birthday. It really has, and you guys make it special. Bring it in. Bring it in. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll talk to you Monday. Bye.